I'm Joel Schulberg is Shulman. Did I get that right?
You got it. It's close enough.
It's a big day. Just let me off the hook here.
Yeah.
Look, I know you're a specialist in entrepreneurial companies, but address the big picture for a second. You've got here this JOLTS report, 6.8 million unfilled positions.
Right.
Consumer sentiment slightly lower.
Right.
Make any difference to the bull market?
No, I really don't think so. And we're looking at low interest rates. We're looking at continued growth among the key large cap entrepreneurial companies. Small cap companies are very strong. They've been coming out of the gates very strong for the last couple of months. They're up 16%, 16.1%, another 5.5% year to date. And we're seeing growth across all areas. Now, what's interesting is that we've still got concentration. The two largest companies, Microsoft and Apple, running about 16.6% of the Russell 1000 growth. So I see growth from the other non-trillion-dollar companies in 2020.
But the bull market is intact.
It's intact, but we may see some profit taking later on. Sure. Later in January, early February. So when you took your Microsoft gains, I think you did a smart move.
You don't have to rub it in.
No, I think you did a smart move.
I left a ton of money on the table. That's the way life is.
Yeah,
sometimes.
no, it's good.
Joel, hold on a second. Let's turn to Joel Shulman. Look, it seems to me that if you look back at this past week or the year so far, the positives are winning and the positives are pushing that market up. I mean, where am I going wrong here?
No, you're not going wrong. I mean, we look at since the China deal first made people a little nervous, in the last year or so, markets are up, 30%. I mean, year to date, across the board, large cap, mid cap, small cap, non-U.S. I mean, things are up, in our case, with entrepreneurial companies, 5%, 4%, and 6% for different basket. So the markets are way up, and job growth is strong among many large companies and small companies. So across the board, we're seeing strong news, compelling news that says we've got a very vibrant economy.
We do indeed. Hold on a second, Joel. All right, now listen to this. This is for Joel. Listen to what tech watcher Gene Munster said about Apple in our last hour. Roll that tape, please.
But one of the biggest drivers is going to be 5G. We hear a lot about 5G. I believe Apple is one of the best plays on 5G. That's going to start in a couple years. There's going to be some gives and takes as we ease into this paradigm. But stick with me for a minute that this is going to be the fabric of tech for the next decades. And I think that is ultimately going to move this stock into the 400s and beyond.
Well, you heard that, Joel. I know you're sort of an entrepreneurial, small cap, more kind of guy, but you can't ignore what he had to say about Apple.
Right. We also have, by the way, large cap entrepreneurial companies, too, of which there are a number of those. Now, Apple's an interesting case because Apple, people don't realize that in the last 5 years, their profits have gone from $53 billion to $55 billion. So it's essentially flat. So we're talking about a stock that's gone up 3x, right? 3 years ago, it was about 105. Today, it's about 316. I just saw on your ticker. So it's gone up 3 times, 300% in the last 5 years. The profits are flat. China, people talk about China growth and so forth. I mean, it's down from 58 billion in sales to 43 billion in the last few years. So this is a stock that's got way ahead of itself. They've got an executive who's getting about 130 million per year. And
it's ahead of itself.
Huh? I think so. 5G, no question about it, 5G is going to be a driver for this market. But I think a lot of people have already baked that into the stock. I mean, this is a company, and the interesting thing is the ETFs that are in the marketplace are buying, are pushing up Apple and Microsoft because they're part of almost every major basket out there.
Well, Joel, thoughtfully, you did not push Apple stock down. It's still at 316 on the upside, no matter what you said.
I don't think I'm going to push it down.
No, you're not. Joel, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.